You know, I actually planned and prepared to have a problem today, but what I thought was gonna happen never did. And then something completely unexpected happened. So let's see how this goes. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I am in Minnesota, and we are not having a big snowstorm, but we're having enough, which means I gotta go out snow plowing. But this is going to be a little bit of an extra challenging snowstorm. Well, it's always some kind of a fun adventure, right? I broke my plow right straight off. Right here. Because this isn't just any snow, this is freezing. And I mean freezing. We're at, I think, -7 today. The challenge isn't plowing because, as you can see, it's not a lot of snow, guys. We got just a dusting. The challenge is going to be to keep the equipment actually operational, or just from freezing, falling off, and breaking while we're driving down the road. Hey, front! In the front! When it gets this cold, it will freeze while we're going down the road. So there's two things that I carry with me. The first one is the diesel fuel supplement. This is supposed to be a winterizer and an anti-gel. Now, I've used these successfully for years, but you gotta have both bottles. You can't really go out with just one or the other. So I wanna hear from you guys what you guys use, because if there's a one-part system, I'd like to try that out. But I'm gonna put a link to these down below because this is the best I've found so far. And it works, but it doesn't solve all the problems, because once you get a little bit of water in that fuel, that water will freeze up. It's kind of like having an artery or kind of like having a blood clot. This is like blood thinner right here. This loosens that up and keeps it going. So whenever I'm off running, I keep both of these going. And when it's -7 like it is today, that's Fahrenheit. So what is that? That's got to be like -20 or something in Celsius. I don't know. It's actually -21.7 degrees Celsius. Not a bad guess for a pole lock. I'll put it down below what it actually is. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Guys, look at my truck. It's naked. It's not supposed to look like that. I didn't just break my snowplow, I snapped it in half. We're gonna try to stay warm, but you know what? This reminds me, when it's this cold out, this is the temp that you can throw a glass of hot water in the air and it'll come down as snow. Let's do it. All right, guys, I got a glass of hot water and I'm gonna throw it up and we're gonna see what it does. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get this set up straight. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, that was kind of a fail. That really wasn't that exciting, was it? All right, off to snow plowing. All right, we're not gonna be running all of the equipment today because it's just a light snowfall, and we're actually running it during the day, which means we're gonna have cars coming and going and everywhere. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be running a partial crew doing cleanup, and my fingers are starting to freeze up. We're gonna be running a partial crew doing cleanup, going in between the cars as they come in and out. This kind of hurts. I need gloves. All right, we'll see you at the plow site. Here's one for you guys. Pet peeve. On E. Guys that leave my trucks on E, not only is that a pet peeve of mine, that's also when it's this cold out, it's really dangerous because that extra space in the fuel tank, that's a spot for condensate. So as the truck is heating up, it'll condensate inside of it and it'll pull water, moisture right out of the air itself and dump it right into your fuel system. There's nothing worse than freezing up while you're driving down the road. So if you guys run for me, fill the equipment up before you park it. It's not hard to do. Good morning, guys.
Today.
Both of them running right now?
Just one.
We gotta top it off right away.
Yep, this one was about quarter tank.
Alright, well, you wanna run this one? Okay. What do you wanna run?
I'll run a skiddy. It's just us three, right?
Timmy's coming out too.
Okay, I'll run that.
You want the black one?
He's ran that one before too. Hasn't he run that?
I don't know. Have you ever ran the quattro plow?
I haven't.
I think you're gonna like it, dude. This thing is cool. So, when you flip it over center, the wings will actually go back.
Really?
Yeah, and then when you flip it the other way, the wings will come forward. So you can go up to a curb, flip it, you can back drag, flip it again, and you can turn it into a box. This thing is slick. How's our air in the tire on that thing? Right here you can see all the guys starting to line up to get fuel put on the equipment while I shut down the shop. Well, there's our emergency kit. Air, jumper cables, and 911. And no, they're not paying me to say this. It is literally what we've used for years and had pretty decent results. Woo! Need some 911 for my flanges. My little nose pickers are freezing up. You running this one, Andy? You gonna run this one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You know where to go?
Where do you want me to go? Dialysis or over to Caribou?
Caribou.
I'm going over to him.
I'm gonna send him over to dialysis.
Okay.
I'll come over to Caribou with you. Now you get it.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go to Caribou with Andy? Show him the rope.
Yeah.
So guys, this is the dialysis unit. We've got two priority accounts that we have to take care of while we're here. The first one is these guys. These guys are coming in with kidney problems, with health issues. So this has to be done first and foremost. And then the other place that is a priority on this 1.6 million square feet we snowplow is the coffee shop. Yep. You either need blood or you need coffee, but you can't go without those two things. Literally, those are our two priorities. So let's go see how the other guys are doing. And while we're going to see, I'm gonna leave the camera and I'm gonna show you everything that we snowplow. So let's get going. All right, guys, we're touring everything that we snowplow here. So everything that you see is part of our account. This is 1.6 million square feet that we cover, which somebody count that out to be like 32 acres or so, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, kind of way of phrasing it. Makes it just seem pretty massive. And then I realized growing up on a farm that if my dad heard 32 acres, he'd be like, that's nothing. He was a crop duster, so he'd go out and spray 400 acre fields, so 32 acres doesn't seem like much. Alright guys, so I pretty quickly realized that touring this 1.6 million square feet ended up becoming a video in and of itself. And while I was doing the tour, I started to talk about the differences between being a contractor and a subcontractor and the pros and cons of each. And if that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments down below and I'll post that up there. And so today, let's get back into what I did to my truck. Now I know you snowplowing purists are probably screaming at your computer, why do you have such a small bucket on that skid loader? Well, there is a very specific reason, because this machine has one job and one job only. It's to pull the snow away from the curbs, because we are allowed zero tolerance to have any snow on or above those curb lines. He is definitely getting the hang of that quattro plow. Watch him articulate around the corners. The learning curve on these things is like nothing. Watch him as he goes around the corners. He's going to be articulating that blade. So you can actually see him change the angle of the blade so that way he can contain as much snow as possible. So we basically have three teams that we use when we're snow plowing. We've got the pushers, the TLBs, then we've got the trucks, and then we've got the skid loaders. The TLB's job, they're the main cleaners. They come in, they don't do any curb lines, they don't have to get in between anything. Their main job is just to cover the area. The trucks, we're the support crew, getting things prepped and ready for them. The skid loaders we divide into two different categories. We put pushers on some, and then we put small buckets on others. The reason we do that is that allows the skid loaders to get into the nooks and crannies that those big pusher blades can't get. Hey, here's a fun fact for you. When it gets this cold out, salt doesn't work. No, it really doesn't work. Salt quits working. There's certain temperatures you have to actually mix it with other chemicals to activate it to get it to actually function. And it's not the air temperature, it's the pavement temperature. So you've literally got to, if you really want to make sure that your salt's going to work, you've got to know what the temperature of the pavement is, because as soon as it hits that pavement, if it's too cold, it's just not going to function. The effectiveness of salt diminishes until it gets down to about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. At that point, it stops working altogether, and anything that it's melted before then can then start to refreeze, creating slippery and dangerous conditions. It's good to know. Some of you guys already know that. Heck, I was in business for a couple of years before I figured that one out. I'd go out and salt a parking lot like this when it was 0 degrees out and nothing would work. I'd be like, well, why isn't this working? What the heck is going on? And then you go and you try to tell the property manager, you figure it out, you learn your lesson, right? Salt doesn't work at certain temperatures. And you go tell the property manager, they don't care. They don't care. They just want their lot free of ice. All right, guys, I gotta confess something to you guys. This is a true story that I can't make up. You see this car right here? It's literally parked right in front of my snow dump site. Meaning that I'm supposed to be pushing snow right through here and putting it there, and the car didn't know, right? Well, there's a giant pile of snow. I think I'll park right next to that. All of the snow from this entire lot all comes straight down here and goes, can't go there. So now I gotta haul it all around it. When I first got started snow plowing, I was plowing this townhome association, and there was cars that would always park in front of my snow dump site. I walk into the manager and I'm like, well, what can I do about it? And she looks at me and she says, well, bury it. And I'm like, really? Whoa, 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 I was 20 years old and didn't know better. I get to bury it? And the manager of the property's like, yeah, go ahead and bury it. Well, I was plowing with a skid loader, and I did. I'm confessing. I took all of the snow from the parking lot and I put it up to the car, and I lifted it up and dumped it on top of it. Like, the car was gone. It was gone. Kind of feel bad. No, I don't. I don't feel bad. You would. I'm a bad snow plower. Bad. Don't do the things that go on in my head. Whoa, guys. Before you start flaming me, just realize that I would never do that now if I could get away with it. You're leaking a lot.
I'm leaking out of the side.
Yeah. See all these?
Yeah, I see that. Kept wondering. I was like, well, maybe it's the side. But I just, yeah, I can't. I get going and I act like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And not feel like intimidated, you know?
What do you mean?
Like, you can turn the bucket so you can get closer to the car. You're not having to stay so far away, because he can't get that close. And the skiddy, I mean, he's too busy pulling back.
Yeah.
These things just, man, it's got a great angle on it.
So we got most of our 1.6 million square feet cleared just using these 2 skid loaders, 2 TLBs, and the plow truck behind you, but we did have to leave a couple guys on for the rest of the day because we were expecting more flurries. So right here we're going to be getting a game plan together before we start the night shift later on. So we can go home, Thomas.
Huh?
We can go home,
Yeah.
and start at 7.
Okay.
Or you can stay and just keep working all the way through. You want to stay?
Yeah, I'll make that money.
Then it's yours.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you guys are gonna be here all day, maybe I'll just go grab lunch with my mom and head back here.
You were the center of my last video that just came out.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Was that the deck one or what?
Yeah.
What's the title?
No. Snowplowing noob in the front seat of a pickup truck.
Yeah, thanks. Jake goes, oh, just wait for the comments on the internet. He goes, great. Like, that's Oh, lots. Well,
How was your Christmas, Blaine?
It's good.
Yeah?
How about yours?
It's all right, man.
Had all the kids back and had a big dinner and hung out.
Sweet.
Took their phones away for 24 hours.
Really?
Oh, you took the
Hell
kids'
yeah.
phones away?
Lockdown.
That's
24 hours.
awesome, dude.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Were they in the corner like this?
Everybody's jonesing for a
A
phone.
lot of board games and puzzles. And
That's awesome, bro.
Dude,
I think that's every family needs to do that kind of stuff, you know?
the wife was the worst one to keep the phone away from.
Oh, she was probably
worked
at
with
the
kids.
bit, was she? Oh my goodness.
Oh, you took hers away
No,
too?
oh yeah, everyone's.
Everyone.
Awesome.
No way.
So Andy's plowed for years in a skid loader, and you notice what today, Andy?
what? Oh, that people pull right where you haven't plowed yet?
Yeah,
Notorious. Yeah.
drives me nuts.
Get a lot of plowing done, right?
The worst is when they park right in front of your push pile.
They came right up to my window and he goes, am I in your way? And I said, where'd you park? He goes, right over there where you haven't plowed yet. Answer your own question.
Right where you haven't finished plowing yet. How do you like those tires?
I like them better than that other one. They seemed, I mean, they grip more, that's for sure. You don't kind of, you know, slide around as much, but
That's, you've never driven snow tires before?
no.
These are special snow tires. So they're actually designed, they're
okay.
a narrower profile, and the tread pattern on them actually is designed specifically to bite through snow. Yep. You'll notice you have almost an insane amount more control.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Compared to that, I mean, if you know, even hit the curb a little bit, it'll slide right away. This thing like almost grips right into it.
Yep. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Well, it's always some kind of a fun adventure, right? I broke my plow right straight off. Ugh. Right here. I snapped it off. I can't get it. I can't. So the problem is I can't get it raised up to even get to a welding shop. So I guess we're gonna go with plan B today, which is, I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, we can't lift it up with the skiddy.
Golly. That is snap.
I don't think it would stay, huh? What if you just dropped it here, I guess?
I had to come up with something.
Or you got one of them straps here?
Wrap it up.
Pick it up with a skiddy, get it to that point, and just strap it to the thing and dump
Strap
the
it to my tow hook, get
Yeah.
it strapped up, and then I gotta find a welding shop. Naked. That's not what a snowplow truck's supposed to look like. My snowplow looks kind of sad. Okay, so we do have a plan B now. All right, so plan B is we pop the snowplow off the front of the truck. You can see it laying down here all crippled up. Throw it onto a trailer and I haul it into the welding repair shop. We cross our fingers that they can weld a sleeve onto that. Now if they can do that, it'll be a Christmas miracle. Because looking at how bad that thing is rusted, I'm gonna guess they're just gonna tell me no way. Which means I gotta come up with a plan C. It not only separated, but then it twisted the frame. That's shot over there. Ugh. I think that's like 10 years old though. Pretty good on there. You know what? If they can't repair that, I wonder if I can turn that into a snowplow. Hey, front! In the front! If they can't fix this, turn this into a, because the plow itself is a poly blade, it's perfectly good. The frame is shot, we could turn this into a snowplow for one of the skid loaders.
There you go.
I mean, it's not, this is too rusted. So all right, we got plan plan B is to repair it. Well, plan A is just to work, right? I mean, that's ultimately what we want to do. Plan B is to repair it. I guess this is B. And then plan C is to convert it over into a plow for a skid loader. Now the welding repair shop that I typically take things to left. Well, to be more honest about it, they literally got kicked out of town. But that's a story for a whole nother video. So I had to do an in search of and find a new welding repair shop. So I hopped on the phone trying to find the right person to do this repair. And you know how you can kind of get that sense when you finally found the right person? I knew within a minute of talking to him that this was the guy that I needed to repair my plow. He was just yeah, bring it in. We fix all kinds of things. There's no problems. We can tackle just about anything you got. We're known to fix just about anything that people throw at me. And I'm like, sweet, done. And I bring it in and he's like, yeah, this is no big deal. And I'm like, are you sure you're looking at the same thing I'm looking at? John's my new favorite welding guy.
I don't like being on YouTube.
I just wanted to show him what you showed me about it. That pipe, it needs drainage.
Yeah, that's a typical problem.
So you can see right in here, that's caked. Look at that. See, I thought that was solid iron, but that's what I get because I'm a stupid Pollock. So.
This is what happens when I leave. Look, you gotta say it too.
I just pull up and guess who's moseying out of the coffee store.
Had to get a coffee. No, them big salt trucks are just running, going mad out there, you know?
3 of them came in, it was like, all right. Well,
two of them at a time. And
running over our pulling out.
So.
There's 3 salt trucks that run that site, and we found that it's best just to get out of their way, let them get their job done, and on to the next site, and then that allows us to get back to work that much quicker. A little coordination goes a long way. Well, you know, guys, it wasn't a perfect day today, but it certainly wasn't a bad day. Yes, I did break the snowplow clean off the front of my pickup truck, but on the flip side of it, I found an amazing repair shop that's going to get me back in operation for $150, $200. But better than even that, I now have somebody that I know I can take work to in the future that's going to be able to keep me going. That is huge. And as far as tonight goes, well, I do have an extra snowplow truck sitting right there. I can hop in that one and stay busy operating. Nothing else is broke down, so I consider that to be a win. And on top of all of this, check this out, guys. It gets even better. Hey, what's the temp out?
It's 8 degrees outside.
It's 8 degrees. It's warming up. How can you beat that? Try it, guys. Whatever you do, try to find the good in anything that happens to you, because you know what? Life's too short to complain, and nobody wants to hear it anyway. God bless. Go get them, guys. I hope for nothing but the absolute best from each and every one of you. Whatever it is you guys are doing, whatever kind of work you're doing, I hope that you can take any negatives and turn them into positives. God bless, and go get them, guys. And check out this slick repair job. These guys did awesome work. That was the side that was snapped. And they had to weld this side too.